y'all. I had a shoot yesterday. It was a video shoot for a rapper. If you guys see it on my story, I do. I don't really want to put people's names out here, but hey guys, wait. Hey y'all, it's your girl Nari, and welcome to my channel. If you saw my last video, bitch, I was crashing out. I was having a bad week, honestly. You know, I'm going through a breakup. If I'm looking over here, it's because I have a mirror over here just to like make sure I look okay. I really can't see myself fully, but I hope I look okay for y'all. Anyways, I wanted to tell you guys, my dog is barking, I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you guys how it's like being a bottle girl at a strip club, my experience. I'm gonna kind of give you guys like little mini story times and what I went through being a bottle girl at a strip club, because I feel like, but this is my first time being a bottle girl too. So this is my first time, my first experience. So if y'all have any suggestions in the comments, you guys can let me know. But this is my raw experience on how it was working at a strip club. And by talking to other girls, it's pretty much the same thing at every strip club. I feel like they glamorize the bottle girl life so much. Yes, I make good money. I'm gonna put the money that I made in the videos. I'm gonna put in little clips and stuff. Yes, you make good money. Yes, it is fun. You do get to drink at work. If you're a drinker, you get to smoke hookahs. I'm not sure if every job allows that, but you could like do a little shop with your section and stuff like that. What else? You do get to have fun. You do get to dress cute. That's the good thing about it. The bad thing about it though, guys, is working at the strip club, you're gonna be working around a bunch of men who are very thirsty, hungry for money. I know to a lot of people it's like, oh, it's common sense, but it can get crazy, okay? And you have to be on your A game. I don't know where I'm looking. You have to be on your fucking A game. You're gonna be around rappers, you're gonna be around athletes, you're gonna be around, you know, a lot of guys that are kind of like big-headed, and honestly, they're in this lifestyle too. And if you don't know what to do, or you're not about your money, you can get cheated out your money. You can get, you know, maybe management is taking your money from you, which I'm pretty sure they took money from me. Clients you have, clients are gonna try to sleep with you every single night. Yes, they will. If you're working in a strip club environment, be prepared for that. Be prepared. Some nights I was scared to leave the club because I had people waiting for me outside the club, like sending me messages, because you give your clients, you know, you want to kind of give your clients like another phone number, so that you can send them like, oh, come see me, because that's what you're supposed to do when you're a bottle girl. Even if you're a dancer, a bartender, you want people to come out to see you. So these people are most of the time expecting for you to go home with them. And it's not just men. Sometimes it will be couples, and they're very pushy, and they will show you lots of money, like 3,000. I was offered, you know, 15,000 to come home with a couple. I had people waiting outside. I had to sneak out through the back, run to my car. It's very scary. It's not all fun and games, y'all. I'm changing the camera a little bit because I want to be able to see myself in the mirror, so I'm not looking like crazy when I'm talking. But yeah, so back on track to what I was saying. I have like my little makeup brush with me. Let me scoot back a little more. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. You're gonna deal with a lot of stuff. You're gonna deal with a lot of men trying to sleep with you. And if that is your thing, if that is why you're there, because I'm telling you guys the honest and raw truth. I feel like a lot of girls that come into the bottle girl life in the strip club or bartender life, you know, you can come in innocent like me, and you just thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be a bottle girl, I'm gonna be a waitress, and I'm gonna sell these bottles, and that's what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna make my money. There's a lot of different ways to make the money at the club. Most clubs, there are no rules, meaning if a client wants to sleep with you outside of a club, you can do that. I never did that, but there's girls who will do that, and that's how they make their money. There's nothing wrong with that. You're a consenting adult. That's what you're there for. You're in that environment. It's gonna come to you. If that's what you're there for, if that's what you're looking for, it's gonna come to you. If you're not looking for that, I'm not saying that you cannot work at a strip club environment, but just know you're going to feel that pressure of your clients, especially your regulars who come see you. They want to interact with you outside of the club. Now, I have 104,000 followers on Instagram, and a lot of my followers would also want to come see me at the club. That is a whole nother story. They want, when they're coming to see you, sometimes they don't even want to come inside the club. Sometimes they're like, oh, let me see you outside of the club. Let me give you a tip outside the club. Baby girl, don't do that. Do not do that. Do not ever step outside of the club and a man tells you to give you a tip. I'm giving y'all little tips and tricks right now. But as a bottle girl, make sure you get your tip at the end or at the beginning. When they buy the bottle, make sure that's when you're getting your tip. Honestly speaking, do not wait for the end like if you're a normal waitress, because these people get drunk, they will leave, they will forget. You'll be busy probably like doing a parade, which is like when you go out with the bottles and do your little 1-2. They'll probably leave and you'll have no tip. And I worked at an urban nightclub. I'm not sure how other clubs work and how other clubs tip, but at an urban nightclub, from what even other people say, the information that I gathered, they don't tip. They don't be tipping. So if you're allowed to upcharge your bottles and kind of like upcharge them without them knowing, then do that and make your money that way. But if you're not, then you need to make sure you're getting your tip right there when they're buying the bottle, and let them know tip is not included. Like, don't be scared to ask for your tip. Don't be scared to ask for your money. Another thing, you want to get good with the dancers. If you can find a few dancers that you make friends with, that'll be your best bet, because if you have a section and you're putting the best dancers in those sections and you're telling the guys, well, I have the best dancers for you, right? And y'all are eating off of each other and y'all are working together, that's the dynamic duo right there. That's another one that I didn't really hear a lot of people talk about when it comes to working at the strip club. It's so much, but if you can survive it, it'll be good. You book like $1,000 sections, $2,000 sections, you're getting your money off of that. Now, every club is different. When you go to a club, you want to make sure, what is the commission that you're getting off of the bottles? What is the commission that you're getting off of these sections? Especially if you're a good bottle girl. Not saying that there's bad or good bottle girls. I mean, there are bad or good bottle girls, but meaning like, if you're a bottle girl who's gonna make your money, you make the most money when the guy wants to come see you. So if a guy's coming to see you, he's booking a section, you better make sure you're getting commission off of that, because they're coming to see you and you're giving the club the free money and you're working at this club. So you gotta know how to club. Hopefully if you make a good name for yourself, and people want to come see you, then that'll make sense. This club that I worked at, I'm not gonna say the name, but we'll call it the Star Club. They're a brand new club, urban club. They've been shut down like four times, I think. Shootout, fights. I'm gonna add some of it in these videos. I was hired there, and the way that I was hired was I just walked in like this. I was like, hi, my name's Nara. And he was like, you're hired on the spot. He didn't even get my no social card, no driver's license. I didn't even have my driver's license on me that day, but they didn't take my driver's license. They just hired me like that. They put me to work the next day. And then they just threw me out on the floor, basically. They fed me to the wolves, okay? I had to learn everything. I didn't know how to make a hookah. I didn't know anything about drinks. This is my second time, mommy. This is my second time going into a strip club. I never was a club girly. I never really been out to clubs. I just knew that I wanted to get into this. So, y'all, here's where the story time coming in. So I get hired by this guy. He was living in the club. He was living in that club for like 4 months. Then they ended up firing him, hiring some other lady who came in. We're gonna call her Miss Kitty. And Miss Kitty, she's been working at clubs for so-called like 20 years, I guess. They're managing clubs and stuff like that. She didn't really care about us. Miss Catty lady was not all there, let's just say that. I'm not gonna say that she did anything that I don't know, but yeah, she wasn't all there. So they fired him after 4 months of him being there. He was one that hired me. They put this lady in. She, they're looking for girls. Not really that much girls there. The girls there were all pretty much nice to me. They all taught me almost was booking sections and I was making my money, making good tips. So I was happy. But then, you know, I realized that, okay, I'm booking $1,000 section, not getting no cut for it. I'm booking a $750 section, not getting a cut for it. I'm booking another $500 section, not getting a cut for it. Didn't like that. I was keeping my tips, but I wasn't getting a cut. When I addressed management, management said that we don't get a cut. And we only get a certain percentage off the bottles, which I think was like 10% off of a bottle. Which to me is like, okay, that's fair. But also I feel like we should get a percentage off of this section, especially if your clients are coming to see you. So anyways, it's just crazy. I had one guy who he would always come to the club, spend like $3,000, $4,000 every night, which sounds like a lot, but really, I'm in Palm Beach. In Miami, those people spend $15,000 to $20,000 a night. But you know, he was decent, so he would come and spend some money, and he was obsessed with me. And I gave him my phone number. By the way, y'all, do not give out your phone number. Have a fake number app. I learned that after like the first week, because I was giving out my regular number, and I know some of y'all gonna be like, what the hell, girl? Yes. I was giving out my regular number. So I had a whole bunch of my clients texting me, wanting to show up at the club. I feel the need to ever do anything for money that you don't want to do. Now, that lady, Miss Cat Lady, came up and told all of us bottle girls and bartenders, because some nights there were no strippers. Some nights there was no security. And this is a strip club. And we're just there. And at this point, the clients are like, what are y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna twerk for money? No. Personally, me, I never did that. Other bottle girls would do it. There's no problem with doing that. But if you're gonna start dancing for money, basically, it looks bad on us bottle girls. So that was like some drama that went down, you know, between the ones that did want to dance and the ones that didn't want to dance. I didn't really care. It's just, I didn't want that rep out there yet. And then now I'm getting bothered to give dudes dances every night when I was perfectly fine making my money the way I was making it with my bottles and my tips. And you do have to flirt. So just be aware. I feel like a lot of people aren't aware of these things.
Yeah, so
You have to.
it was hard.
You have
I'm
to.
back, y'all. I had to,
you know, also
fix
be about
the
your money.
camera a little bit.
But
But
yeah, so
which I did a lot of times.
that was a lot of drama. It was like some nights, some days there were no dancers at the club. That was the problem. And what I found out was that they were charging way too much, and money wasn't being thrown at this club. So, and the dancers that were there, you know, the guys weren't really attracted to the dancers. They were more so attracted to the bottle girls than the dancers. I don't know if any of y'all ever worked at a club like that before, but that's how our club went down. So at that point, it was like one night we were doing our team meeting, and one of the guys that I was close to at the time was telling me like, oh yeah, she said she did a meeting saying how, you know, don't talk to these men, you know, be careful with guys, blah blah blah. Like, this is Miss Kitty. She did a team meeting with us before the club, but one of the guys, one of the floor guys, actually was VIP manager at the time, told me like, yo, she said she don't give a F about you, HO garden tools. She don't give a F about y'all garden tools. She just about her money, and she's about taking money from y'all. Now, she had her daughter working as the bar manager, and the daughter that was working as the bar manager and her was taking all of our money from the bottles that we made. We did not see the money from the bottles that we made. It was people who were not paid 3 weeks later, were not paid on time. It was just a mess, okay? A mess. And that was a urban nightclub that just opened up that I worked at. Mind you, I did have fun there. I did still make money there. And I learned a lot there. I learned a lot my first time being a bottle girl. I'm just giving you guys my experience as a bottle girl, just in case others have like the same kind of experiences. And in this environment, just know that these girls are not your friends. These are not your friend. Unless you guys go in as friends and you guys are in this environment, these girls are not your friend. They're all money hungry. They will rob from you. They will steal from you if they get the chance. And at the end of the night, you owe the club the money. You're gonna keep all the money that your clients give you. They're gonna tell you how much you owe the club at the end of the night. Now, if you did really good, you shouldn't owe the club money at the end of the night. But if you sold like a $500 bottle and they paid you cash for it, you may owe them that money at the end of the night. You may owe them something at the end of the night. Just be aware and count your money and be on top of your money. It was a night where somebody robbed me and I owed the club money, and I had to pay out of my own money, out of my pocket, in order to cover that fee. And I didn't bring home tips that night, and I was devastated. But other nights, you know, I made my good money, and I also was working from home at the time, so I was making pretty good money. But you do have to be on top of that, because those things will happen. Now, I don't want to be like all negative or whatever, but I'm just giving y'all this tea because I feel like a lot of these videos don't be real with you guys. And as a person who I guess is considered like a micro influencer, because I have 105K on my Instagram right now, a lot of celebrities are you know, in my DM. I can give y'all some story times about that, you know, but I'm a little bit wary about that because these celebrities aren't like your upcoming ones. They're like the ones that be rambling, y'all. That's another day for another story time if that's what y'all want. But I'm just letting you guys know the real deal, what be going on in the background, you know. And you see a lot of stuff that goes on with the dancers. You know, try not to get into drunk with the dancers. Like I said, try to, you know, make friends with at least one or two. Not friends, but, you know, be cordial. Like, have something going on with one of them, one or two of them, to help you out, because that always just makes everything better and easier for the both of y'all. And, you know, sometimes my dancers, if I'm bringing them to a section with money, they're gonna tip me at the end of the night for that section as well. So you're making your money off your bottles, you're making your money off your tips, off of your client, just by them tipping you, whatever it is. And you're making money off of, maybe if you book the section with a dancer and they're tipping you that money, you're making your section money. Sometimes guys will just give you money, I'm not gonna lie, because they think you're so pretty. And when you have the ones, when you're getting the ones for them to throw on the dancers, you also take your own tip off of that. Some clubs I heard do it automatically, where they take a $10 tip automatically. Some of them have you do it yourselves. We did it ourselves. I would just take out my money first, then give it to them. Aware of that when they're giving you the money for the ones. But yeah, guys, so that is basically, I feel like, everything that I can remember right now. You know what I mean? I just feel like I look so cute today. I just did my hair. I'm a little bit bloated. I had like a yacht shoot. It was my first time doing a music video again in like 2 years, and at this one they were like throwing ones and stuff, so we just split the money between us. It's for like a little smaller rapper. Some of y'all probably know him, but yeah, I'm gonna post that and like maybe like a little clip if I can.
I used to break at times like
So I'm not sure if I can post it, but it's on my Instagram. Y'all follow me, Nara Curves. And if you guys like the story time, let me know, because I have so much story times, especially about being a model, especially about being a video vixen in Miami. Checkers water, nice water. Especially about being a bottle girl. You guys can ask me any questions in the comments. I will answer y'all. And welcome to my page. Welcome to my motherfucking channel. Welcome to my journey. We're gonna take this journey together. I already told y'all this last video. I was crashing out a little bit. We all have our days. Okay, if y'all go to that video, watch it, and be like, this girl really was crashing out. I really was. But we all have our days, but every day gets better, right? Okay. So yeah, bye guys.